It only took an extra 45 minutes of our time today.
Yeah. So if you're on the YouTube version, welcome to our in-between setup of the old setup and the new setup.
And if you have never checked out our YouTube version, definitely go check out the YouTube version of the podcast. We do that every single Friday. So it's a day after the podcast does come out, but it's definitely worth checking out if you've never been over to our YouTube channel. And we also do vlogs and the guide videos every other Tuesday.
Yeah.
We alternate between. So yeah, if you've actually never been to our YouTube channel, definitely check it out.
I mean, if you can stand to hear us talk once a week for 45 minutes about nonsense, you'll love the YouTube because it's just constant nonsense. You get it 2 times a week and you get a very wide variety of content, especially if you go back to our early days when we didn't know what the fuck we were doing and we were just posting random shit all the time.
Those are gems.
Those are funny.
We'll leave them there.
Yeah.
Because it's just awkward.
We'll never make those videos again.
Ever.
But we'll leave them there.
But they're there because they're inspired by our 2 favorite creators.
Yeah.
So we'll leave it. But no, we really do the guide videos every other Tuesday. And with that, we kind of started this series because a while ago, we had a lot of girls asking more in-depth questions about certain things, certain topics. So we really wanted to have a place where we could actually sit down and just like chit-chat specifically like one-on-one about that topic where we didn't get too redundant on the podcast.
Yeah.
So if there is also something that we kind of fly through on the podcast and you want us to go more in depth, for sure reach out to us because we'd love to do that on the guide.
Yeah, totally. I mean, a lot of it came from we had an influx in new audience people because of some of our TikTok videos. And so it was a lot of the same kind of ideas, but also like they were very sporadic. So we couldn't really formulate how to like do that in a podcast episode with like, I don't know. And also like we always want to keep the podcast like funny and like upbeat and some of the topics are like a little bit more serious, so we also don't want to like joke about it. So yeah, check out it there. And then like if you ever have ideas, write into us on our DMs. Slide in those DMs, baby.
No, we'd love to hear it.
And send us an email, society97.pod@gmail.com.
Shameless little plug there, and I'm not sad.
Yeah,
about
I'm not
it.
mad about doing the cold open like that. Because honestly, like, I don't know about you, but most podcasts I listen to, I just like turn off once I start hearing that outro music playing. I'm like, okay, bye, and
it's over, bitch.
Yeah,
it's over.
So I get it. Like, if you dip after we stop talking about that and we start plugging stuff, so I get it. But now we force you to listen to it, so suck it,
suckers. We got you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say it. Have sex with a Scorpio.
I could glute bridge your dad. I'm naked. Hold on.
We will be flicking the beans to that.
If she's tatted and I take meth, is somebody in your house right now?
But you know what? Fuck your ass.
Yeah, I had sex last night.
You can make your own money. You can literally have your own job of your dreams. You can own your own house. You can own your own car. You can pay all your fucking own bills. So what is that man? That man is sex and a best friend, and that's it.
I heard nothing but the truth.
No, but this episode for
I think
this
it's a little
week
treat. I think it's a little treat.
A little treat for the OGs.
Yeah, for the OGs.
And if you're new here, welcome. This is going to be, I don't want to say a part 2 because it's definitely not like we're going to like have all these parts, but
yeah,
but
it's a continuation.
It's a continuation of our Gross Girls episode. And if you were here for our first Gross Girls episode, we got into it.
Yeah, we got really fucking gross. And this was a trend on TikTok months and months and months ago. And that's what kind of inspired that whole original episode. And that's what I think brought a lot of you guys to us was that episode.
So actually, which is like really cool. So I was at the gym today because I'm allowed to start going back to the gym. We were doing some squats and the one girl came up to me and she was like, hey, like I haven't seen you in so long. Like, are you okay? Like what happened?
Yeah.
I explained the whole situation to her.
She's like, you smell like ass, bro. I just had to let you know. You should wash those leggings. You should wash those leggings, bitch.
Do I smell like ass right now?
No, I'm just saying like it would be funny because the gross girls, we were like, sometimes we just don't wash our leggings.
Yeah. No, she's like, by the way, I did listen.
Yeah. I can tell. You know.
I can tell. You're one of the girls.
Your water bottle also has mold on it.
You were one of those girlies. Yeah. I can know. No, but
I'm just kidding. Kellen does not smell. That's her biggest fear.
I'm
so
like I have 2 really big fears in life, and this is one.
You don't smell.
Okay.
I've never smelled you.
We have to Intermission.
I've only
taking
smelled
a
when
shower.
you smelled good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I've never smelled
Thank
you like a bad smell.
Okay, so she came up to me and she was like, yeah, it was actually really weird. I was here earlier stretching, and me and this other girl were talking about like people who have podcasts here, like at the gym that I go to.
This is every other bitch.
Yeah,
got a
me and every
podcast.
other bitch. So, but they were talking about some of the people that do have podcasts there. And the gym that I go to is like a wide range of people. It's people who, like me, have a average 9-to-5 job. This is a hobby, right? But then up to like Kane Brown goes to the gym. So it's like a wide range of people. So they were talking about people who have podcasts, and they're talking about another girl who has a podcast, and then she was like, oh, and so does Kellen. Kellen has a podcast too, and they were like, oh my god, we haven't seen her in so long. And then she's like, I have a 2-hour drive tonight, and I haven't listened to your podcast in a while. And I was like, girl, the last one was pretty good. You might want to catch up on her. So yeah, it was actually like interesting to like have somebody like come up to us like in the wild and be like, hey.
Yeah. Sometimes I like I've always like had like, you know, weird brain stuff and the way my brain works, if you listen to last week's episode. Also, I've been off my meds for like almost a week now.
You said weird brain stuff.
My brain's not working, so I just upfront apologize if I'm just all over the place in this episode. Yeah, the Adderall shortage is real, and I am facing the ends of that right now. But I always think about that, like once this starts to get, you know, more traction, because sometimes people will comment on our videos on YouTube. Somebody commented this last week and was like, I can't wait for you guys to blow up, and then I can say like I was like the OG fan, but like I can't wait for the day when I'm at Target or something and somebody's like, yo, I smell my underwear too when I piss. And I'm like, that's what we're gonna be known for. It's not gonna be something cool. It's not gonna be something like hot girl. It's gonna be like, oh yeah, you're like the butt sniffers. Like,
okay, so
you
listen.
guys are the pussy sniffers.
So
that's
listen,
who you guys are.
So one of the trainers there, he started a podcast, and he was asking me,
what do you guys talk about?
No. He was asking me. He was like, you know, how did you bring people to the podcast? Like, all of these like technical questions, right? Like none of you guys care about unless you're trying to make one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we were talking back and forth, and you know, he goes, this is so embarrassing. He was like, so what was like one of the TikToks that kind of brought you the most traction? Like, what do people look for? And I said, well, I'm going to tell you. We have a very unique audience. Yeah. Yours is not the same as mine. Yours is like life skills.
And men.
I said, so, you know, we actually kind of popped off a little bit about smelling her underwear. Yeah. And he was like, take it back. Take it back. I do not want to know that. And I was like, well, it's just true. So this episode got a really good response, like even from people that we know who aren't as close to us.
Yeah.
And a lot of people from TikTok. So if you're still around from that phase, thank you. And here's a little present for you.
Yeah. So since the last episode, I have started a new journey and new phase in my life when it comes to my period, and I am now using heroin. I'm just kidding. I'm now
I was like, did you see my eyes? Did you see my eyes? I literally, okay, for all the audio listeners, I literally was looking at our notes because we do an outline for every episode to like stay on track. I'm looking down, seeing where she's about to go with this, knowing where she's about to go with this, and I was shocked. I was shocked.
I told you, people. I'm off the loony bin right now. But no, I started using a menstrual cup. Diva Cup is what a lot of people know it as, but like that's a brand. The brand I use is Cora or something like that. So since then I've started using that. And let me tell you, it is not sunshine and rainbows with this shit. Like, it is not for the faint of heart. Like, talk about real gross girl shit. And not that periods are gross, because I hate that. Like, I don't want that to be a thing. But I'm saying you have to be very comfortable with blood. You can't get queasy with blood and be like your own insides. Because when I say you literally have to basically handle that shit every time you take it out.
Emily has been trying to convince me to also move to the cup.
Because I will say, I've saved so much money because you don't buy tampons. You also don't have to change it all day long. You do not feel it at all. Like, there are so many benefits. You don't have to change it after you pee. Like, there's no string. It doesn't get wet. It's like you forget about it. But when it comes to emptying that shit, it's scary. It is intimidating. And the first time I did it, I was actually like a little bit disgusted, but more just like it was almost like watching a science documentary. Like I was learning so much about my insides that I never knew what that actually looked like.
That's where I'm out. Because I don't know. I know that every girl has this, but like I don't know if like some people have more than others. Like the little like chunks that kind of come out. That in itself is enough for me to say,
yeah,
let's back it up. Let's get into the shower. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel her little sliminess of her pop out. No.
No, because when I sometimes I'll just take it out in the shower because like
it's easier.
Yeah, but like. When I tell you, it's so like the way it stays inside of you is it acts as like a suction cup. So like you fold it when you put it in, it opens up like an umbrella, and then it's suction, so it doesn't come out. But when you're pulling it out, that suction has to get released. So it looks like a fucking Jackson Pollock splatter painting in your shower.
So you recommend shower takeouts, not taking
You can
out.
do it in the toilet, but then you're like awkwardly sitting there like literally
also,
like
I'm thinking about the toilet seat, like it getting underneath like the bottom of it.
Oh, it will if you're not careful. Like the blood spatter on that, like that could be a whole crime scene, okay? If you're not careful. But like you take it out and you like dump it in the toilet, but now you're just sitting here with like a hand that probably has period blood on it. You have to like now grab toilet paper with your non-dominant hand, and it's really fucking awkward. Wipe with that, and then like awkwardly like go walk to the sink with your like dirty thing and wash it.
See, that's
it's like a lot of work, but you only have to do it once a day. So it's like there's so many like weighing out the benefits, but I will say
I feel like
it's gross. Like
it's
I'm gonna be honest,
more
it's gross.
environmentally friendly. I'd probably give it that. I have not transitioned, because I'm actually supposed to get my period this week as well, and I stood in Target this week.
It's way more economical too.
I stood there in Target and I said, I looked at the cup, I looked at my tampons, I looked at the cup, looked back at my tampons.
I think all the cup girlies
looked at the cup one more time.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm going to take the tampons.
Yeah. I think the cup girlies will definitely agree with me when I say, like, it's so much better, but it's definitely shocking.
I will say that I do use, like, I got a new brand this time. It's called Honey Pot.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't tried them before, but I try to use ones that are, like, organic, don't have extra chemicals in them. Like,
right.
All that kind of stuff, because all of that, like, I've read a lot about that, and I'm no doctor, so don't take it from me.
Yeah.
But all of those things are, like, bad for you and kind of like promote your period to be worse, like worse cramping, like more blood, longer periods. Ever since I've used organic tampons, I've honestly only had like 3 days of bleeding.
That's how I feel about the cup too. Like my period, like A, I bleed so much less, and B, like the longevity of it's so much shorter.
I will say though, like I probably should move to the cup anyway, because I am not responsible when it comes to changing my tampon. I am a hope the super works all day type of girl.
Oh yeah,
like
no,
I'm a forget the tampons anywhere I go.
I'm so different.
Girl.
Like mine was like every time I peed, I would feel uncomfortable afterwards, so I change it. So I was going through boxes
unless
like
I shit.
No, like I would do it every pee because like it would just get like wet, and then I would feel weird, and I would just like I would change it every time.
So yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, because I like flew through boxes of tampons like crazy.
So if I knew that I was only gonna pee, I took the string and I put it between my butt cheeks. Then I'd sit down. Pee.
That's sanitary.
I'm not telling you. This isn't the gross girl episode. This is the time to let you guys know.
Yeah.
This is if I'm gonna do it now. It's now.
Butt dust rubbed back on your vajayjay. Make some truffle butter.
No, I definitely don't put it back on my vagina. I let it stay in my butt.
All right, to each his own.
But I'm just letting you know.
Yeah. I will say today, when I was so it's like there's a couple of options to like clean the cup. Like you can use like antibacterial soap and like hot water, but today I did it the good old fashioned way, and I felt like a witch like in a cauldron because I was boiling my little thing, and I was just like thinking like to anybody watching this, it would just look like I was making a dish, but I'm just boiling my fucking period cup to just shove in my vagina right afterwards, and like I can never use that pot for food anymore.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do so.
You know, just because I know what that shit looks like coming out of me, and I don't need to eat out of that pot anymore.
Okay, so I have a question for this, because I feel like a lot of people might be wondering this.
Yeah.
I don't know. Actually, I think I know that you haven't experienced it yet, but what would you do if you were to have sex? Because, like, with the tampon, you can just, like, go quickly, like, take it out and then go have period sex. What do you think I
man.
know that this hasn't happened to you yet because since you've had the cup, I know you haven't had sex. So like what, not to out you, but like what,
Hey, it's dry January.
not in this economy, honey. So like, like what?
Not since the one time after Roe v. Wade.
Yeah. My thing is like, what's the logistics behind that? Because I feel like people might want to know.
Also, like,
Or have you thought about this?
Okay, so I haven't thought about this, but I will say, like, when I was on my, these chairs we bought from somebody who definitely had a cat, and like I rubbed my eye, so like now I'm in that weird
Yeah, it's
back
interesting.
and forth.
It's interesting because she isn't as allergic to my cat, but the cat that was on this chair, bitch, she had hives.
Yeah, but okay, so I will say this, and this is another gross thing that I've done. So I guess I'll just say it real quick. But like I've definitely been in a point before where like I was about to have sex with a guy. I don't know if you've ever done this, but like I really hope that somebody has, because if not, I would feel really disgusting. But like we were like, you know, it was like foreplay, but
Wait,
like I was on my period and they didn't know, so I just kind of like low key took my tampon out, and he had like a little like trash can thing right by his bed, and I just threw it in there
Okay, so
before we started fucking.
yeah, I've been in situations where like I normally just tell them like, listen, I have my period, like, because also I'm probably not having period sex with you on like a one night stand. Like honestly, I think
No, it wasn't even that. It was just like we would already like getting to it, and I didn't want to like kill the vibes.
Yeah.
So I just like low key like a little one and done. Like like as we were making out, I took my tampon.
I
out.
don't blame you. I'm not here shaming you, because I think that's like a lot of people have probably done it. I
Yeah.
don't think I have. I think because I distinctly remember multiple times him just pulling it out of my vagina.
Oh, see, okay, yeah, no, I
and
did.
like throwing it on the floor.
That's never happened to me. That's primal. That right there is primal. But no,
I
the
don't know.
menstrual cup, like I haven't thought about it, but honestly, like you have to kill the vibe. Like you have to be like,
Yeah, that's what
give
I'm
me a
saying. Like
sec."
I feel like there's no
like into the toilet, like,
Yeah.
and then I gotta go wash it, and then what do I do with it?
That's what I'm saying. This is where
I guess I would like have to like have already like taken my shirt or my pants off or something so I could like wrap it up in that, because like a tampon you could just like flush or like wrap in toilet paper, throw it away, but a menstrual cup, like you got to get that shit back. It was $40.
I know,
and it lasts 10 years.
So this is what I'm thinking. I feel like,
And then I don't know how I'm gonna sanitize it again before I can put it back in me, because what do I say? Hey, can I borrow a pot?
okay, so this is what I'm thinking. I feel like you need to like okay, there's two things. One, you need to keep some tampons on you if this is going to be the option. Right? Number one, you're going to his house with a tampon in, knowing that this might be the option, putting a tampon in for overnight. Okay. Or two, you aren't going to be having period sex with somebody that you're like not
Exactly.
involved with at that point. Like,
Right. And you know me and dating, that just doesn't happen.
right,
so.
but you know what I'm saying? Like, I
Yeah.
feel like those are the only two options if you're going to use a cup. Like,
I
you
know.
have to have tampons on
It
deck,
really
or you
is.
need to,
be like in love with that person.
yeah, and be like, hold on, let me just go
Hey.
plop this out real quick.
Yeah. Gonna go make a crime scene in your bathroom real quick.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like those are the only
Keep
two
that
options.
boner though.
Stay hard.
Don't watch this, because I swear that shit will shrink.
Just like show your ass a
faster.
little bit.
Yeah.
Shake it a little bit. Okay, speaking of the gross things with guys. Okay, so I saw this TikTok the other day and I really related to this girl. And because I've thought about this myself.
Yeah.
And this girl basically was talking about how she always thought that if a man loved her, she would be sitting on the toilet, right? She's sitting on the toilet, widens her legs, okay?
Okay.
And pees between her legs. So they're peeing at the same time into the
Yeah.
same toilet. And she said, that's when I know someone will love me.
Yeah.
And to say that I have never thought about this would be a lie. Okay, I have always thought.
Have you done it?
No.
Oh.
I still would, though.
I think I've done that before.
I don't think I ever have. I don't think I've ever liked somebody enough to allow them to
What
pee.
if? Okay, let me.
Because
take
what
you
happens
one-
if they miss and then they pee all over me? Like, I don't.
Actually, a guy pissed on me in the shower one time.
Yeah,
And
but that's.
No, like it was like we were just in the shower, and then like I felt like a different water, obviously
Mm-hmm.
not from the shower head, hitting my foot, And I looked down. This man's pissing on my foot, like, unintentionally. And I looked at him like, you're pissing on my foot. And he just started laughing. And then he was, like, aiming with it.
See, that's just disrespect.
Yeah, it was so disrespectful.
That's just no. This is a form of love. I'm talking about.
What if he took it one step further?
Okay.
What if you're sitting on the toilet, he sits on top of you, facing you, and then, like, pushes his peen down and pees that way?
I think that's kind of hot.
I feel like it's kind of cute.
I feel like that's actually kind of hot.
And then you're just, like, having a little cuddle sesh. He's, like, it's like a weighted blanket on top of you while you're peeing.
I feel like I'm not against it.
I'm not either. I'm low-key thinking that's the move.
I feel like
Fuck
that's
the standing up. And then there's no risk of it getting on you.
Because I'm just, the only thing that scares me is that it's going to, like, get on my stomach.
Or, like, break the toilet.
I guess we got weak toilets.
Yeah, I don't know. The men you like, the men I like are very different.
Very different. Very different.
You're like, oh, what do you mean? That's just that's maybe 300 pounds. And me, I'm like, well, okay, if it's 6'3", I'm like doing the math in my head.
But he's a twig, so like, let's be real.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mine's short and stocky. Yours is tall.
They're
and
probably
lanky,
about the same weight.
It's the same. It evens out.
That's true. But yeah, I think I don't think that's gross, but I think a lot of people would think it was gross.
I feel like I might be shamed for that a little bit, but I'm okay
you know
with
what
it.
I do think is gross that I'm always going to think is gross is, like, pooping in front of somebody.
Oh, no.
I don't think that's ever necessary. Like, there's a lot of couples who are just like, oh yeah, he just shits in there while I'm doing my makeup. I'm like,
no, absolutely not. No, because this is the thing.
No.
I can't even do that in a public bathroom. So if I shit in a public bathroom, okay. Let me back it
Kellen
up.
has a technique.
I do have a technique to shitting in a public bathroom, and I will do it if I have to.
I have a technique as well.
But you know what I'm
very
not gonna
different
do,
than
and you know what I will never do?
Huh?
Use the fucking blow dryers to blow my hand off, because you know what they're getting? They're circulating the air, and now you have shitty hands. So let me tell you this: if your boyfriend is shitting as you're putting your makeup on,
you're just wiping shit on your face, essentially.
Yeah.
Also, like, my thing with smells is, like, I don't want to smell your shit. I don't want to know what your shit ever smells like.
No.
I've gotten to a point in my life where every time I shit, it smells the same. And every time I fart, it smells the same. Where before, it was never like that. But now it's, like, distinct. Like, I know exactly the smell of my shit and fart. And you know what's funny is my older brother now, too. Like, my whole life, I've always been able to tell when he farts. And he's always fucking silent but deadly. And he never admits it. But I always know because it has a distinct smell.
You know.
And now mine does, too. And I'm like, maybe that's adulting. Your farts and your shits all start smelling the same. No matter what you eat, no matter what you put in your body, it all smells the same.
You know, that's one thing you should always keep to yourself.
You don't think yours do?
No. I mean, I think that, like, I think it changes depending on, like, what I've consumed. I also have stomach problems. So, like,
that's true.
Basically, like, if I ingested dairy on accident or something, like, it's going to be way fucking different.
Might be a little bit different.
Yeah.
Smell.
I mean, while we're still in the potty talk, I promise we're going to get off it. But I know that y'all bitches have done this. And if you haven't done it, I think you're lying.
Oh, yeah. I like this one.
When you finish the toilet paper roll, you look in the cabinet next to you. Buck, there's not another one.
Right.
What do?
You got two options.
You have two options. One, you just waddle your way down to wherever the toilet paper is.
Okay, maybe you got three options.
That ain't an option, though. That shouldn't be an option.
Yeah.
You're going to drip pee everywhere.
I'm like, okay, you got three options.
Okay,
now.
I think it could be. I'm being real. I've done it. But it should never be the option. I mean, to me, it is, you kind of like, you're like drip drying, but you're over the toilet, like shaking your booty out a little bit to see if you get any left.
Yeah.
And then you take the toilet paper roll and you wipe it with the brown part of the toilet paper
the cardboard,
roll.
yeah. So I got another option.
Oh, what's option?
You have tissues. If you keep tissues in your bathroom, you just use a Kleenex. But the toilet paper roll, I feel like, is niche because, or it's not. And I think that's what I learned with this series is I learned I am not the minority when it comes to these gross things. Like, the majority of women do this. Mm-hmm. And if you don't, like, you're not better than me, okay? Like,
good for you.
But yeah, if I see that cardboard, it's not even like if I'm so down bad. It's like I'm probably just going to use it if it gets to that.
And low-key kind of feels good.
And so, like, the way it does, it feels nice. It's like coddling. And so, like, the way that I do it is, you said a wipe. I just kind of do like a pat.
Oh, I wipe.
Like I just like I kind of like hold it there. And it's like absorbing it slowly but surely. And then if it's really like I need to do it a second time, I like go fingers in the hole and then I rotate it and then I just do it like that.
Oh.
So it's like 2 different sides.
So what I do is I actually take, but I don't use the whole side. I just like, it's like quartered down,
yeah,
right?
yeah. You like bend
Wipe.
it a bit.
Wipe it,
Yeah.
flip it, wipe it, and hope you only had to use
Yeah,
2
and then
eyes.
if not, like
That's what I'm saying. That's
you
why
got a wet
that's why
ass
you gotta
pussy.
like got that wop, baby. But that's what I'm saying. You gotta like shake it off a little bit to like drip it out, and then you don't have as much.
Because like those hand towels that you used to have in like high school or elementary school where they're like cardboard, like we all know it's not absorbent.
Yeah.
Cardboard is not an absorbent material.
And you just throw it in the trash can and go about your day.
and then you say, and then also I definitely don't have fucking liners in my bathroom trash can, so that shit with my pee just sits in there.
oh, I do, but
I used to do like the trash bags, like I would, or not trash bags, the like grocery bags, but like I try not to get plastic bags anymore at the grocery store, so like I don't have those anymore.
I only have a liner in my upstairs bathroom just because it's like makeup and like it's really the only trash can I have upstairs. My upstairs is small, so it's like everything goes into that, and like with contacts and solution and like especially when period comes around, that shit is nice to have a liner in there. And it's whoop, goodbye.
Yeah, I just take it and I just dump it in a big trash bag
And hope for the best, honey.
Yeah. I'm like,
no.
I don't really look.
Okay, moving on. 2 things I think that aren't as gross as maybe the last 2 might present. So one is like, you know when your piercing like kind of starts to get crusty?
Yeah, it starts like excreting juice.
Yeah.
And everybody, like, if you've never had your ears pierced before, this isn't like a weird abnormal thing. This happens to any piercing you get on your body.
Yeah.
Like,
When
at
I had
some point, it's gonna like your skin's gonna try to heal, but it can't because there's a hole there. So like it kind of either gets like infected or it gets just like crusty.
Yeah, when I had my nipple pierced, it was like that all the time. Like it constantly pussed.
Yeah, probably because it was just trying to heal itself. And it was just
so
like, and that's
gross.
like a thick needle or like a thick.
It's like a gauge.
Yeah.
It's quite disgusting. I'm not sure. Like I unfortunately got it ripped out by an 8-year-old.
Every time you tell that, it never gets less.
Yeah.
for me to
So that's the only reason I don't have it anymore. So I'm not a hater. I think that if you have them, keep them because I think it's a fun little party secret.
Right, it's on a need to know basis.
Yeah, but
who gets to see it?
Correct. And now you all know my old dirty secret.
Now you all can imagine Kellen's bloody nipple just being ripped out,
and it just being like, okay, so it's piercing and pussing, and it has like a weird smell to it, right?
Yeah.
But that's the whole point of this. Sorry, we did not get there. Because like even like your cartilage piercing, I feel like that's like the worst on your ear. That like constantly is always like, even years later as like crusties and stuff. And like, do you ever smell it?
Yeah, every time. Because recently I got my ears like re-pierced. And it honestly, like, they healed really nicely because I think the piercer like did a decent job. Whereas like before, my shit was like literally infected like 10 times. Like it was just bad and it never fully healed. But these have healed. But honestly, like, it's not even that like I have the choice or not to smell it. It's like instinctual. Like, I'll do this and fuck with it and I'll feel like it's a little bit wet. The first instinct isn't like I should go wash my hands. It's just a straight to the nose. I can't even help it. It just goes and I smell it and it smells like sour and it smells weird, but I don't hate it.
But I enjoy it.
It's like I don't hate it.
I hate it that like I just did the act, but I don't
But
hate
I'm not
the
that grossed
smell.
out. And I'm like, yeah, I don't hate the smell. But yeah, I think the act itself is gross. But like after it, I'm like not mad about it.
I will say today I did this as well. I was like just sitting downstairs and like I don't know why I have like this weird thing where like I am always like scraping on my ears. So I just feel like weird like things just like build up in your ears, and like if you're not cleaning them all the time, like it's just gross. But I think it comes from when I was in school, because when I was in school I used to do that all the time to like entertain myself. Now I just do it.
It's like a tick.
So I did it today and I was like digging in my ear, got some like earwax out, and I definitely smelled that shit. And it's
Okay. I don't sniff my earwax, but I definitely like pull it out from under my nail and I look at it and I'm like, it's a really dark
smell
yellow.
it next time. It smells like weirdly like watery.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like what you think it would smell like, think of it, but like watered down.
But I don't think I could think of what I think it would smell like. Like, I don't think I could, like, imagine that scent. Because the only thing I associate with ears is that gross piercing smell. But I will say, like, I have this similar, like, needing to, like, mess with stuff when it comes to, like, my scalp. Like, if there's one bump on my scalp, I have to pick it. Like, I'm so bad about that. Like, I'm just constantly, like, fucking with my
I will
head.
say, too, like, if my hair is, like, greasy and, like, kind of needs to get washed.
Go
like,
to town.
I'm, like, in there and I'm, like, picking it out from underneath my nails and
like,
shit.
How much can I pile up here?
Yeah, kind of gross.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Nail clippings left around your house.
So
I don't do this.
Yeah.
But Emily's a culprit.
So, like, I don't... What's weird about this is, like, since I started doing my nails a lot, I don't really do this anymore, but I was, like, a very avid nail biter.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime there's no polish on my nails, I cannot keep my nails long because I will bite them off. And what comes with biting your nails is, like, what do you do with it? Like, after you bite it off, like, what do you do? Like, you just kind of, like, take it and, like, you either make a little pile and then go throw them away, or you just kind of flick it. And so sometimes...
So this is how I feel about if I pick my nose.
Okay. So throwing it back to the OGF. Kellen's nose picking. Maybe similar to a nail biter then.
Yeah.
It's like a thing that it's like I just do that and then I realize I do that and then I'm like, fuck, where'd that nail go? But then I'm like, I'll vacuum tomorrow.
See, I think it's absolutely disgusting when people like clip their toenails and just like leave the toenail clippings on the ground.
I clip my toes on my toilet. So like
Over
over
the
my
trash can?
toilet and I just flush it. Is that not good? I rinse. So like I don't give a shit about any of my appliances or anything. Like I just fuck it up. Like I don't care.
I know you also put your fake eyelashes down your sink drain.
Yeah, because then I just go buy Drano and I just pour it down there and just melt it.
That's disgusting.
And then sometimes I'm like, why do I have this gnat problem? I'm like, probably because they're making a fucking house out of your fake lashes and your toenails.
they've made a hut.
Yeah,
like
like they're well.
They are like they're the
suburbanized.
rich ones.
Yeah, they've suburbanized my drains.
Yeah.
They got a little lash house. They got some toenail like slides. In
Honestly,
their shit.
they're probably protected from the rain.
Yeah, and then not to mention all of the hair. Like,
we're not gonna start
Yeah.
there. We already that's the couch.
yeah.
No, gross.
I guess speaking of shower though and drains, and my body's drain, my urethra. So one time I didn't know how to transition that, so that's where we went. I was dating this guy one time and like I don't know why I felt so comfortable because like he was trash and like I didn't really like him and I think that's why I felt comfortable because I was like,
You know it doesn't matter.
yeah, like it doesn't matter. Who
Honestly,
cares?
sometimes it's the best. Like when you actually
I feel
don't
like
give a fuck about the person.
like those relationships even more so because I'm like, there's nothing to lose. I can be my 1000% authentic self because if they leave, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like I literally couldn't care less. Like,
Yeah.
anyways, that's probably toxic. I don't know. Maybe I should talk to my therapist about that. But so I was in the shower one time and I don't know how we started talking about it. I think it was like something was like, oh, do you pee in the shower? I'm like, yeah, I'm peeing right now. Look, like I wasn't, but like we were talking about peeing in the shower and then something like, you know, guys are just fucking idiots when it comes to women's anatomy, but they're like, he was like, oh, well, like, where is the, like, he said pee hole. And that's when I was like, okay, like, chill. And I was like, it's just like above the, like, the vagina hole. And he was like, yeah, but like, where is it? Like, I've never seen it. And I was like, you've never seen it? And I was like, well, I guess, why would you ever see
it's like kind of
it?
like hidden,
unless you were like studying that for school or something. I don't know. And so I fucking did start pulling through like the pages of a fucking book, my vagina open. And I just am standing there. Also, like, you know how awkward, like, you have to be to, like, see it when you're standing up? Because I'm, like, you know, pulling it open. And I show him, and he was literally, like, baffled. First of all, he was like, oh, my God, that's where it was this whole time? And I'm like, of course, where else would it be? It was between that or, like, between that and your asshole. It's not there. So where else would it be? It's above it. And I was like, maybe that's why they can't find the fucking clit because they don't even know where the fucking urethra is.
I think they think it's one and the same. Like that whole
They
area.
do because the way they fucking will try to touch my
because
pee
like
hole.
also it's like actually we had a whole discussion about this the other day. Was like not you and me, but like I had a discussion about this. Was that like about peeing after sex, right?
Yeah.
So they were like, why does it matter to pee after sex for a female? Because like the penis isn't going into your pee hole, it's going into your vagina. But like,
right, it's
the
not like
purpose
guys, it's like it cuts off.
right,
yeah.
but the purpose of peeing is to like clean your vagina. I'm like, no, it's not. It's actually like clean out your urethra because that probably has like bacteria now built up in it. And then we got into this whole discussion about female anatomy, and also this is like a person who doesn't know female anatomy. So, you know,
a person with a penis.
So you know what I mean? Like, it's just like they're like so baffled, and I was like, but the thing is, like, yours is one and the same. Mine is separate.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, but it's like to clean your vagina. I'm like, they're different fucking things, bro. Like, what? I'm like pulling up pictures.
What isn't clicking?
I'm like pulling up pictures. I'm like Googling like female vagina with urethra. I'm like,
but honestly,
what?
like, it's so hard to like explain it to a guy or anybody who doesn't have a fucking dick, because like they cannot comprehend the fact that the shape of a vagina, because like when you look at it on like a diagram,
it's just like
flat,
straight up
and it's like 1, 2, 3, but then like in real life it's like, okay, it's like a curved shape, so it's not like right there, and so like they do not fucking get it. And so when he saw it, it was like, I don't know, seeing God for the first time, just like,
I
what
believe
the
it. And you know, he probably tells everybody to this day. This one girl showed me in her shower.
You
her
wouldn't believe the shit I saw in a shower one time.
No, like 1000%. He's definitely told people.
And he was like younger too. Like
to this day, his new girlfriend thanks you.
Yeah, she's like, oh, thank God he knows that that's not the clit.
Yeah, no, definitely. Okay, talking about vaginas and sex and all this good stuff this episode. Okay.
My favorite.
So we're just gonna out myself right now, and then we can just out both of us after this. So one time when I was in college, because I would never, I repeat, never do this now, and if don't ever do this.
No, and this is one piece of medical advice you can like trust on us.
Okay, so
don't do this.
One time I was in college, and we're poor. We don't have lube, right? We don't have these things around. Not that lube's expensive, but we just didn't have them readily available. Okay,
we're poor. I don't know if that's being poor. I think that just might just.
I just think like we didn't know, like we weren't educated that you could go and like wear, like, you know what I mean? It's like get it, and like also this is like still a weird. I was like a sophomore in college, so like not that it's like weird, but like also it's like a very like taboo thing at that age to go and actually get lube at a sex store,
right? Or like buying it at Target. Like,
right,
you
like,
probably didn't even know they sold it at Target.
No, but like now I would be like, fuck it.
Oh, KY jelly's $3. Okay.
Put it in the cart. I don't know if I'm going to use it, but put it in the cart. Like, But at that time, it wasn't, something that we did. So, of course, being young, being dumb, you find other ways to use lube. So, like, other things you'd probably use is like coconut oil.
Which
lotion.
is bad. Do not use these things as lubricant, people. Do not.
Yeah, lotions, all those kind of things, especially when they're scented. Do not use them. But if you've ever been on this podcast journey with us, I have an addiction to Vicks. And there was some Vicks in my nightstand.
I just don't know at what point you were like, yeah, that's a good idea.
So I leaned over and I said, let's use the Vicks. Most, like, not because like we needed to use it, just because it was just like fun.
No, because you could literally be the poster child for a fucking My Strange Addictions episode for this shit.
For Vicks, 100%.
And you tried to be like, oh my God, I have no lube. I guess we should just use the Vicks. But in reality, you wanted to know what it felt like, because you're like, this feels so good on every other part of my body and I love the smell. Why wouldn't I want it in my pussy right now?
Honestly, you're probably correct. Like, that is actually probably my thought process.
That was your subconscious just being like, do it.
It was like a KY, like, warm, like, cold jelly. Like, that's like, how it felt on my vagina.
You basically put icy hot in your shit.
It felt good. It felt so good. And
I actually know somebody who used icy hot, and it was really bad.
And I cannot lie to you. If it wasn't disgusting and terrible for my vagina, I would do it again.
Yeah, but tell them what happened after, though.
Well,
that way nobody tries this.
I got a UTI.
Yeah, there we go.
Then they couldn't confirm that it was fully a UTI because it was Vicks in my vagina. So I didn't only have to just take antibiotics for a UTI. I had to take like antibiotics for other stuff because they were like, we do not know what this substance is in your vagina. And I was like too afraid to tell them that we put Vicks in there.
You didn't tell them?
My nurse?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Oh my God. You know what? This reminds me of?
Could you? I feel like not that this is not embarrassing for me to tell you this because it's like very just like uneducated, but I'm sure there's a lot of people who have used other things as lubricants.
Oh my God. Have you seen the show Sex Sent Me to the ER?
I actually have.
Oh my God. I used to religiously watch that shit, and you would be shocked the amount of shit that people do during sex that you as a fucking cognizant, educated woman would never think to do.
Well, now.
Yeah.
But I can't say sophomore year of college. Kellen was
these
cognizant.
one people on the show took one of those like 10-pound gummy bear things that you get like in New York at like a gag shop. They melted it in the microwave and poured it on each other because they thought it would be like melted chocolate, but it's fucking melted sugar. And so they got 3rd-degree burns all over their dicks and their vaginas. It's like they do like the dumbest shit on that show. Also, this is just random, but I saw this on the show. If you have sex underwater, it causes a suction.
This is the only one I remember.
And this couple were fucking in like a hot tub.
Yeah.
And they got stuck.
Yes.
She got stuck, or he got stuck inside of her.
Yes.
And they had to fucking put a catheter through this guy's dick to basically like, because his dick was stuck inside. So they had to like basically give him a shot in his penis and like then put a catheter in it to like shrink his dick so they could get it out.
I believe it. I actually remember that too. And also it can kill you because of like the water like being shot up into you. Yeah, and also they did it in a hot tub and it was hot.
So as hot as that sounds,
keep it steamy, keep it playful, but do not allow the dick inside.
Don't submerge yourself under the water
like
with
make
the dick
out,
in you. Yeah.
Feel around. That's all you can do.
Yeah, maybe some like brief rubbing on that
That's
area,
what I'm saying.
but
like,
don't go inside.
It's like a fun little flirty thing, but we're not. No.
So now you know, don't fuck in a pool.
Yeah, so anyway, that was my mistake. Don't ever make it. Okay. Last girls thing that we have for you guys today on this episode.
Oh, this is a classic.
This is a classic, and if you're a girl, you've
if
done
you're
it.
Dude, I bet you do this shit.
Oh, they're even grosser than us.
Yeah, I mean, they keep one hand in that thing.
Yeah.
All the time. What is with that?
I think it's a comfort thing. It's almost like us touching our boobs. Like sometimes I just do it with my hands.
I hold my boob all the time.
Yeah, I think it's a comfort thing. I think it's like the same.
It's just like, what are you doing? I don't know.
So, playing with your pubes.
Yeah.
We've all done it.
Honestly, because I am celibate by choice. Okay, I'm not an incel. I am celibate by choice. Honestly, I'm just lazy to date, so that's why I'm not having sex. But
matter.
I haven't been shaving as often as I was before, and so like my shit is getting like to a point where like it's long enough to start like twisting it. I will find myself just like, I guess it's kind of like guys keeping their hand in their pants, but like I'll be like, after I get out of the shower and I'm just like watching TV or something like in bed, like fucking twisting like almost dreadlocks, but not long, just like very short, like 1/2-inch little nubs.
So mine's like I wouldn't say that I have like super prickly like pubic hair, but I definitely can't dread it.
I mean, it doesn't lock up, but like I'll twist it like that.
Okay, I understand.
You know what I'm saying?
No, what I enjoy doing is when it's like a little bit too prickly and it honestly goes through my leggings and I like to
your
just like
leggies? You got some sharp ass pubes.
So like,
No, mine will go through my underwear, but never my leggings.
I can feel one right now.
What?
Yeah.
I guess you do have really sharp armpit hair.
I do.
So I guess it makes sense why
it's
your pubes
not
are sharp.
It's not. I think it's just like it's just long. Like it's not that like it went through because it's like very thin, just like your underwear, right? So like if I don't have underwear on with my leggings, it's gonna go through my leggings.
Oh, okay. I don't think mine ever would. But my hair is like, I've also gone through laser multiple times, so like it's very thin. Like it's not like It's not coarse like normal pubic hair is.
Yeah,
if
see,
that
mine's
makes sense.
normal pubic hair.
Yeah.
So I
guess that makes sense then, because I'm thinking of it like my hair, and it's like it like falls flat. It never like.
No, I enjoy feeling it over like my underwear when it pokes through, or like that, like just like rubbing on it.
Yeah. No, I'd like to twist my shit up.
I don't know. I just think it's I think it's kind of fun.
Honestly, sometimes like I'll just try to like pull one out.
I never.
And it never really works, but like I'll do that and I'll be like, ow, why did I just try that? And then I just do it again.
I've never tried that because to me it's more like a hypnotizing, enjoyable experience.
Yeah, sometimes pain is pleasure though, right?
I guess you could say. Maybe you want to feel something.
Yeah.
And for that, I'm not shocked.
Yeah. I feel like this was like a PG gross girl though.
Yeah, this wasn't. I mean, I think the point of this little series that we got going here is that you can feel safe and normal by what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay to be kind of gross. It's okay to do these things.
Also, like, I think a big point is like they're not actually gross. Like they're just normal ass things that
people
like
do.
Society has told us is gross, but like everybody fucking does
and you don't
it.
talk about them because you think it's weird, but it's not weird. I mean, it might be weird to talk about playing with your pubic hair with your coworker tomorrow morning, but I mean, like,
let's maybe not do that,
or maybe like telling them like a graphic image of you taking out your cup, but I mean, like,
or showing them your urethra.
Yeah,
maybe don't do that.
Any person probably shouldn't.
Yeah,
but you know. But if you have, it's okay.
Yeah.
And other people like Emily
see you and we hear you.
If you've used any strange lubes, I understand.
Yeah.
You know?
Honestly.
So it's more just like we hear you, we see you, and we love you.
Yeah.
And we hope you feel safe here.
Yeah, and keep being fucking gross.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to keep doing.
Absolutely.
I'm doing it with this.
Thank you.
The same movement I do with my pubes, I'm doing it with this.
All right, shut the fuck up. With that, thank you for listening to another episode of Society 97. I am Kellen Redk. You can find me at Kellen Redk on Instagram.
And I'm Emily Starnes. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and now YouTube at Starnesy. You can also follow us on, follow the podcast on Instagram as well. We're at Society97.pod on the gram. Send us in your gross girl shit there. We love to hear it. And we'll share it next week's episode, maybe. Or not. I don't know.
We'll see how we feel about it.
And yeah, if it's gross enough, tell us your grossest shit ever. Also follow us on TikTok if you aren't already. We are at Society97 Pod on the TikTok.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll be posting these videos there. And
we have a YouTube channel where we post the video version of the podcast every single Friday. And we do the guide and vlogs every other Tuesday. So definitely go check that out. All right. We'll see you guys later. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.